Let's give the people what they came for.
Let's fucking go.
Newcastle have done it again. In an intense game against Nandos FC, goals from Anthony Gordon and Alexander Isak gave Newcastle a massive 3 points. So from the Sven Botman return.
Hey fans, happy to be back and happy with the 3 points today. See you on Tuesday and enjoy today's. See you.
To the midfield chef, to the unlikely England audition, with the transfer window open. Could Anthony Elanga be on his way to Newcastle? Plus, what did Eddie Howe recently reveal regarding the potential exit of Martin Dubravka? As per, join us as we break it all down and discuss the 5 things we learned in Tottenham 1 Newcastle United 2. Also, according to YouTube stats, only about 6% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video or just realized that you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later. It's free. Enjoy the video.
Let's go.
So the first thing we learned was the Rolls-Royce return. So one of the standout moments from the recent match was Sven Botman's return to the starting lineup after a lengthy absence due to an ACL injury. His unexpected appearance highlighted Newcastle's unpredictability, as many had not anticipated his immediate return to action. In the match, while Botman showed signs of rustiness early on, most notably losing track of Solanke for Tottenham's opening goal, he gradually found his rhythm, particularly in an unfamiliar right centre-back position. His ability to execute a few nice crossfield passes was encouraging, defensively having a 7.1 match rating, 4 clearances, 1 blocked shot, 2 interceptions, 4 tackles, 0 times dribbled past, 1 last man tackle, and 9 out of 17 duels won. It was a relief to see him forced off late in the game with what seemed to be cramp rather than a re-injury. Dan Burn, positioned as the left centre-back, also had a commendable performance despite receiving an early yellow card that put him at risk. He embraced the physical battle with Solanke, making vital headers and interceptions to help keep the defense solid. Having a 6.6 match rating, 8 clearances, 1 interception, 1 time dribbled past, and 6 out of 7 aerial duels won. His experience and physicality have been invaluable assets to the back line. It will be interesting to see who will start in the left centre-back role once Fabian Schär returns to the right centre-back position. So, tell me, who would you prefer between Botman and Dan Burn? Or would you prefer both to start, with Burn moving to left back?
No! No! No!
Talking about the irreplaceable Lewis Hall, he continues to impress as the best left back in the league, even in a game where he may not have been at his most influential. While much of Tottenham's attacking threat came down his wing, Hall's performance remained solid, having a 7.2 match rating, 1 interception, 1 tackle, 0 times dribbled past, 55 touches, 81 passing accuracy, 2 key passes, 3 out of 5 accurate crosses, 3 out of 6 accurate long balls, 2 out of 3 ground duels won, 0 fouls committed, and 1 foul won. He has really set incredibly high standards lately, and it's noteworthy how his one-on-one defending has improved. He is rarely beaten by opposing players. On the right side, Tyno Livramento stood out, having the most touches and successful dribbles during the match. His performance showcased all facets of his game. In the first half, he carried the ball effectively and posed a real nuisance in attack. As the game progressed into the second half and Newcastle sat back, Livramento demonstrated his defensive skills, reading the game well and displaying brilliant pace and athleticism. Ending up with a 7.1 match rating, 8 clearances, 2 interceptions, 1 tackle, 0 times dribbled past, 77 touches, 82% passing accuracy, 1 out of 2 accurate long balls, 4 out of 7 ground duels won, 0 fouls committed, and 1 foul won. Overall, with both Hall and Livramento performing at such high levels, Newcastle boasts a formidable defensive duo on the flanks, contributing both offensively and defensively. Then the second thing we learned was the exceptional midfield chef. The Brazilian has been a consistent presence, starting every Premier League game for Newcastle this season and captaining the side to 10 victories. In the match against Spurs, Guimarães delivered another dominant display in midfield. As a midfield chef, he cooked his 5th assist of the season with a brilliant through ball that served up Anthony Gordon's equalizer. This performance highlighted his ability to create opportunities, as he also made 3 key passes, created a big chance, and won an impressive 8 duels, making it difficult for Spurs to advance as he earned a 7.6 match rating. Against Nandos FC, Guimaraes mixed grit and determination with quality in possession. While showcasing his footballing intelligence and ability to control the game, he was everywhere, as seen in the heat map. However, many agree that this is a more accurate representation of his heat map. His partnership with Sandro Tonali is a joy to watch, as they seamlessly interchange passes and maintain fluidity in the midfield. In the first half alone, he actually had the most passes completed, most final third passes completed, most tackles, most chances created, most big chances created, and most assists. Since moving to the central midfield role, Guimaraes has been directly involved in 5 goals over the last 6 Premier League matches. With 13 assists in the past 2 seasons, he has outperformed notable players like Martin Odegaard, who has 12. If Newcastle aims to secure a spot in next season's European competitions, it will hinge significantly on Guimaraes' performances in the heart of midfield over the next 18 league matches. His ability to dictate play and contribute to both defense and attack will be crucial to the team's success.
How is it like to keep this momentum going?
Yeah, start and finish the year with the right foot is always important, especially 2 big teams. So we step up, we play very, very well both games. Today was massive. We play very, very, very well. I think we are in a good rotation now. We hopeful we can keep it up because the league is still a lot of games to play, but if we can keep the same way, we can achieve our goal.
I saw you were rallying the fans, and you did the same too at Old Trafford last week. How important it is to have the fans fighting in your corner week in and week out?
Yeah, we are nothing without our fans. I think the fans are a massive part of football. We try to get them into the game because we know when they play with us, we can have an extra player. I think our fans have been very, very good with us since I signed for the club. I have nothing to say bad about them. So I always like it to get them participate in the game. So it's something that I really like.
Then we also learned about Electric Gordon. He delivered a tremendous finish to equalize on his weaker left foot and could have had a couple more. He also took a shoulder to the face, leaving him covered in blood, but bravely continued and ran his socks off. Having a 7.4 match rating, Anthony Gordon was relentless in the final third. The former Everton winger recorded 6 crosses, 5 shots, 2 shots on target, 2 chances created, and 1 goal, while also achieving a 100% success rate in tackles. His consistency over the last couple of months has been phenomenal, often coming up with decisive moments while still working hard off the ball. With that goal, Anthony Gordon has been directly involved in a goal in each of his last 5 Premier League appearances for Newcastle United. This is actually the first time in his career that he has managed at least 1 goal or 1 assist in 5 successive top-flight games. And does he love playing against the Big Six? Since the start of last season, Anthony Gordon has faced the Big Six in 17 Premier League games, scoring 9 goals and providing 6 assists. Talking about enjoying playing against the Big Six, this brings us to Alexander Isak, a player who also enjoys facing these top teams. Recently awarded the Sailor Player of the Month for December after scoring 8 goals in 7 matches, Isak continued his impressive form against Spurs, a team he relishes playing against. In fact, Isak jointly now holds the record for having scored more Premier League goals against Spurs than any other player. In the recent match, he had the potential for a brace but missed a big chance. Nonetheless, his confidence was evident, and the Spurs defense struggled to contain him throughout the game. His statistical contribution was substantial. 32 touches, 5 in the opposition box, 4 duels won, 2 shots, 2 fouls won, 1 shot on target, 1 created chance, and of course, 1 goal. The finish was a bit fortunate, as he got the final touch after Radu Dragusin's initial intervention, but it showcased his knack for being in the right place at the right time. As Alexander Isak scored against Spurs, making it 9 goals and 2 assists in his last 7 Premier League games, it means only 3 other players in Premier League history have managed a longer scoring run than Alexander Isak. This goal means the Swede became just the 3rd Newcastle player to score in 7 consecutive Premier League games, following Alan Shearer and Joe Willock, taking his tally to 13 for the season. It also means he has now scored more Premier League goals for Newcastle, 44, than Shola Ameobi and Andy Cole, both 43, with only 3 players scoring more Premier League goals for the club in the competition's history. And since the start of last season, Alexander Isak has scored 34 Premier League goals, with only Erling Haaland and Mohamed Salah managing more.
Alexander, how tough tough was that to sit and watch the last 10 minutes from the bench?
It was really tough. I went inside until it was a minute left. Obviously, when Tottenham are pushing for equalisers, it feels like it takes ages. But no, very happy that we managed to see this one out.
Yeah, you almost couldn't bear to watch that ending. But look, you're used to fast starts, but did you have to find a different way to win today?
I mean, I think, yeah, we conceded one goal early, but we answered back in no time. So I think it was a fast start again. We scored 2 early goals, and yeah, and then I think we could have scored more. So no, I'm very pleased with the win today.
Yeah, Anthony Gordon got you back level. You got 2-1 in front. Was that goal just? It was the slightest touches, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little touch. So the ball would have gone in anyway, I think. But yeah, obviously happy that I got a toe on it.
Well, you are now just the 3rd Newcastle player to score in 7 appearances, Premier League appearances. How proud are you of that? You've done it consecutively.
No, I'm really happy, obviously, how things are going. Going to every game with the same mentality to score. Obviously don't think about breaking records or anything like that, but that's just a positive.
What's been the key to it, though? Was there a turning point? Did something click for you where you just felt, oh, hang on, this is good?
No, I don't think it's just individually. I think it's collectively. I think as a team we've been very, very decent, very good recently. I think we played really well, and it makes it easier for the individuals as well. So it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, that's 5 Premier League wins on the bounce, 6 in all comps. I mean, this must be a squad that's just brimming with confidence wherever you go, whoever you play.
Yeah, I think at the moment, yes. But it's about keeping that energy, keeping the same level. Because it can turn at any point, so we need to stay focused and still work hard to keep winning.
Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Then the 5th thing we learned was the unlikely England audition. Although the England head coach was at the Tottenham Stadium to watch his first official match as England manager, his focus was primarily on players such as Solanke, Gordon, Livramento, and Lewis Hall. However, Jacob Murphy also put in an audition for a potential England call-up. Murphy might not be the most glamorous name on Eddie's team sheet, but he's proving to be a valuable squad and team player. While Isak has been doing so well, he wouldn't be receiving all these plaudits without Murphy's contributions and assists. In fact, Isak's goal came from a Murphy cross. His penchant for quick crosses has been beneficial of late. He was 2nd in progression via carry in the match, with a 7.3 match rating. Defensively strong, he was also solid in attack. Although he went missing in the second half, he was superb in the first. Averaging a 7.05 match rating. For context, Bukayo Saka is the only English winger with more assists than Jacob Murphy. So, with Saka injured, should the England head coach start considering Jacob Murphy for a call-up?
So Eddie, well played. You've started the new year as you left off in 2024 to 5th Premier League win in a row. How would you reflect on today's game?
Massive win for us. Can't praise the players enough, really, for how they approached the game after we conceded. I mean, big moment, go 1-0 down against Tottenham away from home. We've seen and been here many times before, and the game can quickly get away from you. But I thought we responded really well to that and generally took control of the game and had a lot of opportunities to score in that first half. I thought it was a really good performance.
Yeah, you mentioned you were made to come from behind to ultimately win. How pleased were you with the quick response, scoring within 140 seconds?
Well, it does help, of course. When you concede, it just gives you that foothold back into the match, and we needed it at that time. I think it was a great finish from Anthony. Of course, there's a bit of controversy around the goal, but I won't get involved in that. I think it was just a really good response, and that certainly helped us for the rest of the first half, I think.
A lot of players have been in great form of late. Anthony Gordon's now got 3 goals and 4 assists in his last 8 games. He must be very pleased with his return.
Really pleased with all the attacking players. I think when you look, this statistically really improving their numbers. So Anthony, as you say, and then you've got Jacob contributing a lot of assists, and of course Alex continuing his goal-scoring streak. So you need your attacking players in good form. They are. The balance of the midfield, again, was really strong today. I thought that was a pivotal area of the pitch, and I thought generally we did really well. So very pleased, of course, then with Sven Botman's return. Sorry to take probably your next question. But I thought his return was magnificent when you consider how long he's been out. He's playing on the different side of the pitch. Really happy for him.
Obviously a first appearance in 295 days. I imagine it's been difficult for Sven being out for so long. How pleased were you and the squad overall to have him back amongst it all?
Yeah, well, I think when you miss a player like Fabian and his vast experience and his qualities, but you're able to bring someone of Sven's qualities in, and I know the players really appreciate his quality and what he can bring, and of course his mental strength as well. It's huge for the back line. I think they need to have confidence in each other, and they've been performing really well as a unit in the last few weeks, and it's good to see that continue today.
It was the 7th Premier League goal in a row for Alex Isak. Only Alan Shearer and Joe Willock have achieved that feat with Newcastle. How key is it to have a player like that in such great goal-scoring form?
Yeah, it's a difference maker for us if you've got your centre forward leading the line and contributing goals and big moments. It really can elevate the team, and I think that's what it's done. I think Alex's form has helped everybody. I think he's playing with supreme confidence. When he missed the first one today, it was sort of a feeling that it didn't really matter. They did get another moment in the game, and it came soon after, and he put it away really well.
The away wins against Ipswich and Manchester United, arguably more convincing than today's game. How pleased were you with the way you grinded it out towards the end of the match?
Yeah, our plan was to keep attacking and to try and be really front foot and not change anything really in terms of how we were approaching the game, but the game did change. It was very stop-start in the second half, very difficult to build momentum in our performance. So then you know when the game changes that you have to find a way then to see the game out. We did. We had a couple of scary moments, so I think it was one passage of play, they had a few shots, but generally I thought we were pretty good defensively. Subs made a difference when they came on. I was really pleased with their impact as well, so yeah, a good day overall.
And it's a third away win on the road. How encouraging is that, particularly when you have Arsenal in 3 days' time?
Yeah, our away form was a frustration for us because we believe we have the qualities to win on our travels. We believe we have the players, and there's no reason why we shouldn't have the consistency that we have at home. Of course, it is more difficult. So I think it's been a really good return in the last few games. You've seen us still be front foot, but you still see the same version of Newcastle that you see at St James's Park.
Then moving on to other Newcastle United news. So as Newcastle United is enjoying a remarkable run, with 6 consecutive wins in all competitions, effectively putting their slow start to the season behind them. The team's resurgence has been bolstered by the return of Sven Botman, who celebrated his comeback with an Instagram post stating, "Anything for this feeling again." Botman's post garnered an enthusiastic response from teammates, with Tyno Livramento, Anthony Gordon, and Jacob Murphy all replying with heart emojis, showcasing the strong camaraderie within the squad. Matt Target's comment, "Great to see you back, mate," further highlights the supportive atmosphere among players. An interesting reply came from Anthony Elanga, who used a flexing muscle emoji, sparking excitement among fans. This small gesture for some carries weight, especially considering Elanga's connection to Newcastle, as the club had previously shown interest in signing him during the summer transfer window. Despite a failed deadline day bid from Newcastle for Elanga, who remains at Nottingham Forest, reports indicate that the Magpies still have their sights set on the 22-year-old winger. Elanga recently provided an assist in Forest's match against Everton, further showcasing his capabilities. There are indications that Elanga could be available if a substantial bid comes in, which could align with Newcastle's plans. With potential outgoing transfers, including Miguel Almiron in January, there's an opportunity to strengthen the right wing position. Jacob Murphy has been in excellent form, contributing significantly with 3 goals and 6 assists. As such, having the same number of goals but 3 more assists in lesser games than Elanga. However, Eddie Howe is likely seeking more quality in the right wing position to enhance the squad further. Then moving on, Martin Dubravka has been in impressive form, notably achieving a 7.3 match rating in the recent game against Tottenham.
As a captain, how do you see the performance of somebody like Dubravka, who obviously came in for the injured Nick Pope? It was an amazing performance for him. How do you see it?
I see with the good eyes. Dubravka is a top keeper. He's very good with his feet, with his hand. I think he stepped up today. He did amazing for us. He saved us in a moment that we needed him. So I'm very pleased for his performance today.
His performance included 3 saves, great distribution with 10 accurate passes, and 7 successful long balls, providing Newcastle with valuable options in their build-up play. His distribution skills have actually become a crucial asset for the team as they aim for continued success this season. However, despite his strong performances, Dubravka's future remains uncertain. Eddie Howe recently addressed the situation, saying, "The situation with Martin is, we would not want him to leave, but of course you have to respect and understand the player's wishes as well in this. It's not as clear-cut as everyone would necessarily have you think. Martin is out of contract as well in the summer, so that is a different dynamic to add into the mix. It's all hypothetical. Martin is and has been fully committed. I think he's been outstanding and a brilliant professional to work with. I've got a lot of respect for him, and I think he's done really well when you consider he didn't play a lot of football when coming into the team. Fair to play him and how he's handled that situation." Newcastle United faces an important decision regarding Martin Dubravka, who has received an offer from Saudi Pro League club Al Shabab. The club may consider extending his contract, which is set to end in June. At 36 years old, this would be a significant choice, but Newcastle is mindful of Dubravka's steady presence in goal. His experience could prove vital, especially as the Magpies aim for a spot in the Carabao Cup final, with Nick Pope's availability uncertain for the upcoming semi-finals. Then, finally, in an exciting development, if you would want to know about the weird genius tactics Eddie Howe is using to dominate, click the video link on screen now.